you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm doing amazing today.
What do you want to tell the people?
I don't know, but I want to say thank you to today's sponsors, Target. Thank you so much for not sponsoring us. But if you please sponsor us because my wife, golly.
Babe, you shop
We
there
should,
too.
we should just send a fraction of every deposit that
Actually.
we've gotten to Target just to have
Yes.
like a credit there because,
I'm
golly, we're going to be there every other day. So
I mean, you are the reason why we live so close to one because you picked this spot.
I
So.
need to talk to Allison. I bet she could get us a sponsorship by
Or Megan.
Target.
We got some connections.
Oh, shoot. Megan, too. Megan.
Megan.
Call us.
Hi, Megan.
No, your 75 hard journey is continuing. Tell
Yes.
everybody about how that is going.
It's good.
Yeah,
Do I look muscular yet?
very. For those just listening, she was flexing on iTunes.
On iTunes.
Our iTunes listeners.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
I just love the discipline with it. I feel like it carries over into every aspect of your life. So I am just trying to be more disciplined, like I said, all around in our business and everything. Waking up early, working out, doing all
What
the
time are
things.
you getting up? Tell the listeners.
Usually. Well,
Tell them what time you used to get up and then now what you're getting up at.
it wasn't that bad. It could have been worse.
Okay.
Mr. 4 a.m.
I didn't say me. I said you. This is about you.
Okay, so I used to get up on, I don't know, like 7:30, 8. Not bad, okay? But now I wake
Wake up or get up?
Babe, get out of bed.
Okay.
Get out of bed.
I'm just asking a question. I don't know. I mean, they don't know.
You are going to be in trouble.
Okay.
And now it's usually like 5:30.
Well, it was just to help them see the growth. Like that was my point
Yeah.
in saying like you used to get up at like 9:30,
You know,
but
it's
now
actually
5:30.
9:30.
What were you gonna say?
What's so funny is like you're up in the mornings and like that's like your time. So now that I like wake up early, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, babe, I'm about to go to the gym, like whatever. And I feel like it's just so funny now. It's like
Yeah, I
it was
know.
your time and now I'm like ruining it. And you're like,
About to become a night owl. You wake up.
do
I'm
you
like,
need
oh, that's
separation?
oh, that's crazy. I'm going to bed. No, I don't need separation. No.
okay,
So, the purpose of this podcast, we've said it 5-6 times at this point, but we like to reiterate like why we're doing it. And so, we're doing it just because we want to show you the behind the scenes of at least photo video wise what it looks like with the wedding, what goes into it, our thought process and all that. And then also just learning about us and then also helping other couples and vendors, whether it comes to tips with photo and video, shooting with that, or as a couple, like what questions you should ask. And, you know, going into the booking process or the shooting process on the wedding day, like what to put into place so that you feel comfortable about your vendor team. And so
Yeah.
that's why we're doing it, and also sharing our faith. We've done that quite a bit over our Instagram stories or just Instagram posting itself. And so I think that's an important part of who we are as a couple and as individuals. And
It's
so
been so cool to see. Like all we did was add like followers of Christ in our.
you think that's what it was?
Absolutely. Because I think a lot of people like touch on that. Like we'll get inquiries and they're like, we see that you're followers of Christ. Like, we love that. And they kind of, it's just like bonds us to those couples and it's just really sweet. So I love it. I love reading the inquiries and the stories behind their relationships. It's been really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy to see what putting that in our bio did. And again, I don't like to use the word coincidence, but it felt so coincidental. But at the same time, I'm like, it took quite a shift after we did that. So I can't say it was coincidental because I'm very touchy when it comes to, at least in this space with work, like talking about that, because I don't want it to become like I'm using it for the wrong reasons. Like I'm trying to bait somebody in because I'm a follower. Like I just want it to be like I'm sharing my faith, and that's it. And I battled with that for a little bit, but then I talked to somebody and they're like, when is talking about faith a bad thing? Like why would you think that, you know, you putting that is like trying to bait people? And it's like, no, it's showing you who you are and what you believe in. And after they told me that, I was like, oh, that's a good point. And so I'm glad we did it because our inquiries have shifted to an extent, and whether you're a follower or not, like we're not
Yeah.
saying we only,
Yeah.
shoot
sure.
weddings that you better go to church or we ain't shooting it.
What church do you go?
Yeah, what church do you go to? How do you pray? How long do you pray?
Yeah,
Do you
no.
open your eyes and peek around when you pray? I do that sometimes.
You do that.
But
Dear Heavenly Father.
yeah, about to say. No, it's whether you are a follower or not, we just want to be a reflection when it comes to that. And so what we wanted to talk about today was the questions that you should ask your vendor. So we have 5 questions we think that as a couple that's looking to book whoever, and not even just us, any vendor, at least photo video wise, it might not apply to, florists or DJs or whoever else in the wedding space, but if you're booking a photo and video company, what you want to ask them, in our opinion, what we've seen, and we thought that were good questions that aren't the, how many hours of coverage do I get?
Yeah.
So we'll start with that. And so do you want to start with the first one? You want me to start?
What is the first one?
That would help because I have the list right here. You're like, I don't know.
Question
1 that we've gotten a lot, and we talked about in the last podcast, is how do you back up your files?
You got that one.
I think that's a great question to ask for a number of reasons. We've all, not all of us, but there's a lot of horror stories with people getting their wedding gallery lost, whether it's a photographer, videographer, whoever. And you never want to be in that spot as either a vendor or a couple. And so I think one of the biggest things you can ask, which might seem pretty basic for any vendor answering that question, but it's important for you as a couple to be reassured by it, is how do you back up the files? And I think another question to add on top of that, to take it to like another realm, is like, when do you back up those files? Because I mean, like we said before, the technology that we have today on the wedding day itself, for both files to go corrupt is a little bit hard. It's tougher for that to happen, but the difference between the person that goes home that night or that next morning and backs it up versus the person that waits a week or 2 weeks or however long to back it up, like that's where they could get lost. And so if you don't take that initiative to be like, hey, like, once I get home, I'm going to make sure that I back up so-and-so's wedding, because if not, Lord knows what could happen. I mean, a dog might chew on your SD card, or you might lose SD cards because they're so small, or whatever the case may be. So
you know what I was thinking about?
What?
When we were in Italy in May for Miranda and Grady.
Sure.
We backed up all our stuff on our computers because we had Wi-Fi and everything. But I remember I put my SDs in my purse, and it was like on me because I was like, I'd rather it like be with me at all times so I know where they're at. Yeah, I do.
Oh, you really? I didn't know that.
I do.
You're over here roaming Italy with the SD cards. Man, why do you have 6 SD cards in your purse?
I mean, literally, like, my passport would have been taken, my computer would have been taken, my cameras, but like, man, I got your wedding and it is with me. So don't worry.
Was that when we got stopped by the bus people?
No, but that was scary.
That was such a learning experience. We took
we need to do a whole podcast on
what to do in Italy.
In Italy,
we should. Subscribe if you think we should. Be subscriber number 5. Yeah, that was an experience in itself, and that whole situation. But it's good to know that you keep I do the same thing. I didn't know you did it, but like once the SDs are like done, like as far as like me shooting on them, I keep them in my pocket until they're offloaded, because I'm like, if these SDs go down, I'm going down with them. Oh my
gosh. Like someone could spill a drink into your bag. Like there's just
somebody could steal your bag.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Somebody that drank too much, like, oh, look at this bag, I'm gonna take it with me. Like, Lord knows, what could happen.
Yeah.
So how do you back up your files is so important, because if you're backing up your files in a decent amount of time, then you should be good. Like there should be no reason for them to be lost. And if not, it's like, those are questions you should ask, because that is probably the biggest way you'll get them. Like, I'm just thinking about, obviously things will happen, but usually it's, you misplaced them or whatever as to why you might have lost a gallery. So
we also have multiple cameras, and like all of our gear we have multiples of. So I mean, you kind of talked about like, so every camera has 2 SD cards. So if one for whatever reason was corrupt, we have everything on the other one. If for some reason something is wrong with my camera, I have a backup. I actually have multiple backups. You do too. So that's a really good question too, of like, almost like, what's your gear, or do you have backup gear? Like that's another great question, because you never know, something could happen. I've dropped my camera before, so
yeah, happens.
It does.
Have
so just doing those.
Have you seen that video of, I forget his name, but he was shooting a wedding and he was on like a bridge, and then the bridge came back onto the ground. Not like he didn't fall in the water, but he like stepped wrong and fell off of the edge and like fell on his back, but still managed to get the shot because they were right in front of him. And he was like looking up.
That's something you would do.
Fall?
No, but like if you did fall, you would still get the
Oh,
shot.
I'm getting that shot.
I'd be like,
nothing
no.
stopping me. But it was just funny. What was the other one you were talking about? You were just talking about like a TikTok or something that like happens to brides or something. You were just talking about it.
Brides. I don't know.
You saw on social media, and I was like, I haven't seen that at all.
Oh, okay. So there was a post I need to show you. I need to find it. And it was AI like is crazy. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what
it was AI. So there was like this photographer or someone, I don't know, creative, post this whole reel carousel of like pictures. And it was like, before you like look to these pictures, like this whole entire wedding is fake. These people are fake. Like this couple is not real. Like it was a whole entire fake wedding, but like it looked so real. It was, I like can't even explain it other than that. Like
That's scary.
it is scary. And it was like the importance of like knowing your vendors and like personally like seeing them and trusting them, because like you never know. Like you could get on Instagram and be like, oh my gosh, I love this work, but it could like be someone, you know, random, or people are doing like styled shoots and like kind of posting them like it's a wedding, or they send an associate to shoot their stuff. And it's like, there's just so many different things that people are doing right now. And in AI in general is just like crazy. So just knowing like that, just, I was like, that's crazy that you can do that. And it looks so real, because someone probably could have inquired and been like, hey, I love this wedding.
Yeah.
I love your work. Like, will you do my wedding?
It's funny because at one point, I think everybody that's 30 and under, 40 and under, whatever, has dealt with that older individual that's like, is this real? Is it
real?
not? And they're just sitting there like, ah. And you're like, no, grandpa, it's not real. Like, this is Kenya, not Kenny. So it's funny how now it's like AI has gotten to the point where like even like, you know, a younger individual has trouble differentiating if that is real or is it not. Like it's
so bizarre.
The number of times I hate it almost, because like I'm like, do I believe this or do I not?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see things and like sometimes you can pick up on like how they're moving or whatever. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's like that. It's like if you're just glancing at it, like, oh, they shot a wedding in Hawaii with the most amazing backdrop and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's just scary.
I know. I have to like go to the comments, and then like usually the first comment is like
AI.
Yeah. And I'm like, I knew that.
Yeah. You were about to inquire for a wedding you're not going to have.
Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. I'll have to show you.
Did I tell you about my grandpa? I think I told you a while ago about my grandpa with one of those like online scammers.
Oh, maybe. Tell me again.
Well, just act like you haven't heard it if you did.
I haven't heard it.
One time, it was just like a random Tuesday afternoon, and he gets a phone call, and he's like, or this dude, whoever's calling him, was like, hey, Grandpa, it's Kenny, as in me. If you don't know my name is Kenny. And he was like, hey, Grandpa, I'm in some trouble. And my grandpa's like, okay. And he was like, I need $4,000 sent to me because I'm in some jail in some other country. And my grandpa was like one of those people that if I were to say that, he'd be like, okay, like tell me what I got to do. And so he was on the edge of like sending this money, because all he knows, it sounds enough like enough to, you know, persuade him over the phone, because it's not FaceTime at this point. And then the thing that made him realize it wasn't me, when this guy got, he had it all the way up into the last like 3 words. And he said, love you, Grandpa. And my grandpa was like, I knew it wasn't you. I was like, I laughed at first. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, dang, Grandpa, I thought you think I feel about you.
Did you not tell your grandpa you loved him?
I guess I just don't express it like that.
Yeah.
Like I've never said, and he was like, something about that was fishy. I was like, dang, Grandpa.
Not like I'm in prison in a different country.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was believable because I traveled a lot still.
Yeah.
And so maybe he thought I just ran into the wrong people, but it wasn't that.
No,
it was.
We need a safe word.
Okay. Well, maybe probably shouldn't say it on a podcast with 4
we'll
subscribers.
Talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Those 4 subscribers.
Hey, we have fans, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah, about to say.
No, but I think we got so off topic, but it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary nowadays.
Well, I was going to bring it full circle because
Oh,
I'm
bring it
getting
back.
good like that. So in the AI world, it's important to, tip number 2, as far as what to ask your vendor, tell them to send you a full gallery.
Oh, yeah.
See how I did that?
But like AI could probably do
No,
that
we're
too.
going to say, do you see how I did that though? I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, you are. You're learning.
No, have them send you a full gallery so you can talk about that.
Yeah. So I feel like most people know to ask this, but sometimes they don't, which is great. But what we like to do is, after talking about their day, their venue, kind of the whole layout of their day, we like to try to send a gallery that would kind of mimic that. So for example, if it's a Catholic ceremony and then reception indoors or outdoors, like we go through our galleries and we send something that looks kind of like that so they can see our work and see what would kind of mimic their day. But I think that is so important because, again, I feel like Instagram is a snippet of like the best of the best. So, I mean, we talked about this a while ago, but like I shoot 4,000 to 5,000 photos in a wedding day, and it's like I might post 10 on Instagram. So it's like that's such a very, very small amount in a whole entire gallery. So just seeing the whole entire gallery is so important. I mean, you can look at lighting. You
Real
can
quick,
look at
but you're not delivering 4,000.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Just to make sure people,
That's like raw.
people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you're not getting 4,000
not.
photos from Mackenzie Photo and Film.
No.
And if they claim that you're giving me 4,000 photos, it is AI.
Yes.
It is not
Honestly,
us.
AI is gonna like twist our words and like.
Probably. But back to what you're saying.
Now I'm like scared. We need a safe word. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, just yeah, full gallery, like lighting, all the things. I think it's good to ask questions, but again, like seeing the work for yourself is huge. Or multiple galleries. Like I like to send multiple so they can see.
Yeah, those are all good ones. Being able to see their gallery can tell you a lot.
And
so,
videos. Like
and yeah, I mean,
seeing a whole
video-wise
video,
too.
yeah.
Is going to tell you a lot. So definitely check on that because that's a big one. Along those same lines then, when do we expect those, given said photos or videos, I think is also an important thing.
Yeah.
See if they have a estimated timeline. I think estimation is the best you're going to get. Like things happen.
Absolutely.
And so you got to realize that we are people too. And, life could get in the way. But, if everything were to be as it usually is, having an estimated timeline on when you're going to get your photos and video is super important to ask because we've heard, again, it's like you hear these things, you're like, how is this individual getting away or whatever it is? But just have an idea. And I need to get better at my communication piece as far as communicating with couples when it comes to when they get it. But in the beginning, we always make sure we let them know. But along the process, that's where I could improve.
Yeah.
But get an idea in the beginning of when that is going to be so that they know, number one, or you as a couple will know, number one, hey, I can expect this at 3 to 4 months or 8 to 10 weeks or whatever the case is. And it's not like you're 7 weeks out and you're like, I haven't heard anything, should I be freaking out? But if they communicated that, you should be fine.
I've had 3 friends reach out to me literally in 2025. So a few months ago. And they were like, hey, like, is it disrespectful to reach out to my photographer? Like, I haven't heard anything. Gallery was supposed to be delivered, like all these things. And I told them all, I was like, no, like you should reach out to them like in a nice way and just ask. I mean, they would say like estimated, 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 week delivery, but it was like week 15 or something. So it was like over the estimation.
Yeah. They should definitely communicate with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like things happen, like we talked about, but like we and other vendors should like update them. We've seen planners talk about this. We've seen a lot of people talk about this. So I think just like sending a quick text like, hey, a little behind, or hey, I always like to say like, hey, your gallery will be done on Saturday or something. And like, I try so hard to like send it on Friday or something to like kind of surprise them. But I also I won't rush through it if I don't, absolutely need to. So yes, I think you need to go over timeline with them, estimated delivery days, all of that, which kind of leads us into the next question, I think.
Yeah. And so the communication piece, is super important to be able to have that communication, whether it's email, text, whatever that person prefers. But you should be able to communicate with them, and then them have to, not have to, but be able to respond in a relatively decent amount of time. And so communication with your vendor, we feel like is another important one. You should ask, like, how are we going to communicate in this process? Are you somebody I can reach out to, before the wedding or after the wedding when it comes to when those photos or videos are going to be delivered?
Yeah.
We always leave, both of those open. We just want to make sure that you are comfortable in that whole process. But I mean, you could probably hit on a little bit more of how that looks, because I think you do a little bit more of that client communication and vendor if they have a planner or something like that.
Yeah. We definitely don't say like, oh, you can't reach out to us until a month out or anything like that. Like, we have a very open communication with our vendors and our couples. I think that's huge. It also, again, just like helps build the relationship along the way. But I would say, I mean, we give them our phone number if they want that. I'm always like, send me inspo, send me whatever. Like, I have brides send like Instagram things that they like, or trending stuff, which I love that. I'll try to respond as soon as I can, but if it's a Saturday night, I might not respond till Sunday. But yeah, we have an open communication. I hate being like left on red, so I really, really, really try hard to like not do that to our couples. And I also never want them to be like, cool, we just paid you X amount of dollars, like, and now I can't contact you. Like, that to me gives me so much anxiety. So I feel like we really try to have an open communication with our couples.
Yeah. Because I think as a vendor, at least, the more you can communicate, the better they feel and the less stress it brings them before or after the wedding. So it's so important to us. We're big on relationships, and we want to make sure that you're comfortable throughout the process of, everything before and after that wedding. So yeah, make sure you can communicate with them via whatever method, because that is super important. The last thing, point 5, that I think, or we thought was important to ask the vendor was, if you can't make that wedding, like, what does that process look like? Like we said before, life can get in the way. We hope it doesn't. I don't think any vendor, well, there's some vendors actually that have intentionally missed weddings, but most vendors do not want to miss a wedding for whatever said reason. But at the end of the day, life can happen. And so asking them, like, what happens if, you guys can't make it, or, one of you can't make it? I think if you can find a team, whether it's even florist or whoever, that can put the pieces in place for a replacement to be there, or associate shooter, or whatever it looks like for them, that's super important. You don't want that responsibility to be on yourself, because you'll probably get this communication within the week of the wedding, I would assume. If it's, I can't do it usually, or if it's a little bit farther out, but either way, the vendor, I think, should be the one that's responsible for putting that into place, because they've already booked you. And so as a vendor, it should be your responsibility to find that for them, so that this couple doesn't have to worry about that and they can continue on. So what are your thoughts when it comes to, if you were to have to cancel, or whoever it is?
I mean, knock on wood, thank God, we've never had any issues like that. But I do, like, I've had friends that are like, I am so sick, I literally cannot shoot a wedding, or family member passed away, whatever. It does happen. And I think just we both have friends in the industry that I do think would like help us out if possible. Like, we had a friend like sprain an ankle, and she like texted a bunch of us, and she's like, hey, can anyone do this thing tomorrow? Whatever. So community for us is very important. But we do a lot of destination stuff. So I think people are always kind of like, oh, like, what if something happens? What if you can't make it? So kind of how we go about it is, we never want, if we have to cancel on our end for any reason, we never want to just like email you and be like, hey, we're not going to make it, so sorry, like, you're out of luck. We would like make a plan. So we would send you a bunch of vendors, bunch of photographers, if we can't find someone on our end. So our first line of action would be sending someone that we know and we trust to go shoot it for us. They would be an associate shooter, which means they would shoot it and we would do all the editing. So you still get that McKinsey Photo and Film look, feel, vibe without us being there. And then if that doesn't happen, Then we kind of transition into sending recommendations, reaching out to people for you. If you need help, like, again, we know how stressful weddings are. So we never want to be like, hey, here's some more stress, like, have a good day. So we would like kind of help you reach out to people, get you in connection with some good people that we know and trust. If that doesn't work, we always say, like, and this is in our contract, but like, if we have to cancel for any reason, you would get a full refund as well. So, I think you need to empathize with people. And I think we do that. I think a lot of vendors do. I don't think a lot of vendors are going to like leave you high and dry, but we have heard some crazy things. So
yeah, to avoid that potentially happening, just ask. I'm sure they probably have something in place, but if you know that, it's going to make you feel that much better.
Yeah.
So, those are the 5. Make sure to ask those questions. Don't be scared. They should be there to answer all of them. And so, being as comfortable as you can with whoever it is going to help you that much more on your wedding day to not have to think about it.
Yeah.
So, episode 5, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Send us a DM. We usually post a story like once or twice a week of, what do you want us to talk about next? Or what questions do you have, whether you're a vendor, couple, parent, even. Any of it, so that we can answer that for you and give you some more insight. So
I want a groom to ask us a question.
A groom?
Yeah.
Well, Andrew did send wasn't a question, but he put that I look good in the glasses.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Those blue glasses are something different, but that is a groom. But yeah, grooms, ask us a question. Gretchen wants to hear from you and me.
Yeah.
So are you gonna let Navy have her debut?
Yeah, Navy. Come here. Somebody asked if Navy could be on the podcast.
Logan Egan asked. Golly.
Don't give the last name. There's creeps out there.
Okay.
Like, Navy.
They've already probably found her.
She's literally laying down. She's not gonna come.
Yeah, she will. Just grab her real quick. I'll talk in the meantime. So we have a dog. She is, how old is she?
She's a year.
Well, a year and how? I know a year, but like a year and
she was
4 months.
A year old in August. So you do the math.
A year and 3 months, something like that. And so here she is. She usually sits under our table, and then every once in a while, in the 4 podcasts that we have had, she's thrown up twice. She has barked 2 seconds or twice.
Say hi. She's getting a groom in 2 days.
Yeah, she's getting a groom, so she's a little scruffy, but there she is. Navy, say something for us.
Can you say hello? Say hi. She's perfect.
She is perfect. So there's Navy.
There she is.
Say bye.
Say bye. Say book my parents.
Cut.